Good morning, friends. So today I'm going to demonstrate one of the Thundercipher lab, which is LogTrace, and I will show you how to, solve this challenge. So welcome to Learn and Grow with Mahesh. So if you don't know me, there are a couple of videos on Thundercipher platform where I already started. So please check the description box, and you can find the initial videos. Okay. So today I'm going to talk about LogTrace lab. Let's get started. So, what is the challenge over here? So, your mission is to analyze the logs and try to understand what is a user flag and a root flag. So, it's very simple. So, if you got the root user flag first, then maybe you need to understand, how you can capture the root flag by using previous escalation or by using some, the glitch, like that. So let's see, how it goes. So the platform we are using is Thundercipher. Let's start. So what is the first step? So I'm going to, use the same steps. Log into Thundercipher platform. That's the step number one. If you don't have account, please create, account. Then we have to go to lab sections and we have to start the LogTrace lab. And when you start the lab, you will get the IP address. And that IP address, which is the basically from the Thundercipher lab. To connect to that particular lab IP, we have to connect to the VPN. So that's the step number 3. And after connecting to the lab, then let's start with the enumeration. Okay. So I will first perform these first 3 steps and then we will discuss about the enumeration. Okay. So let's go to the lab section. I will sign in. So that's step number 1. We log into the Thundercipher platform with my account, and I will go to the lab sections. So under lab sections, we have to search for LogTrace, which is already there, launch lab. Then you can see here, you have to find user flag and root flag. So what I will do is, I will start the machine to get the IP address. The machine is started and we are waiting for IP address. So you can see here, we got IP address 192.168.5.2. Okay, so let's ping to this IP address if we can reachable to here. This is my Kali box. And I will try to ping to that IP address. Let me check if I can zoom out a little bit, terminal zoom. I think this is clearly visible now. So I'm trying to ping this IP address, but you can see we are not able to ping this IP address. And why? Because if you refer slides, we log into the platform, we started the lab, we got the IP address, but we're not connected yet to VPN. So what I will do is I will go to the my Kali box. And I will connect to the Thundercipher VPN. And if you don't know how to connect to the Thundercipher VPN, again, check the link in the description box. I already created a video on how to connect to the VPN, okay? And then So I get connected with VPN, and then I will again minimize this box, and I will go to my Nova Extern, and I will try to ping again, okay, the same command. And you can see now we are reachable. So that step number 3 is completed. So we able to ping to the IP address. Then what next? So here we are not to hack the particular lab and find the flags and everything, but here we need to understand how the how should we think about, whenever we try to perform offensive security, for any lab, I would say, how we can start about it. So right now what we know about that single machine, so we only know about that single machine, which is the IP address. Apart from IP address, we don't know anything. We don't know how many ports are open, what are the user accounts, what services are running over there, and how we can exploit. We don't know anything. We only know the IP address. Then in this case, how we can start. So definitely I'm going to use nmap right now to scan, but sometimes I will prefer, if you uh, you know can use another tools like scan, or other scan tools which might be lighter than nmap. You can go for it, no problem. So I'm going to show you nmap, so I will use nmap, the verbose mode and aggressive. So let's go for the nmap command, and meanwhile I will explain. Okay, so I started this one nmap, and you can see here already started, and we already discovered there are 3 ports open. So if you see, when I perform scan, we got open ports for this system: 22, which is SSH, secure cell; 23, telnet; and 80, HTTP. So still it's scanning, so I will give some time, and meanwhile we will go further. So what we are doing is, by using this command, we are trying to understand open ports, services running on those ports, versions of those services, operating system, network path, and additional information. Okay, if we are using nmap scripts or NACs. So if you are going, you're performing this nmap, let's wait for the results. But meanwhile, we already know there are 3 ports open. Okay, I will maybe go in the. We already know there are 3 ports open: 22, 23, and 80. So, and if you know about the port usage, 22 for SSH, secure remote access, encrypted communication. So whatever you are communicating between party A to B, which are in encrypted format, it's a secure communication, I would say. 23, it's a legacy protocol, and it's like communication between A party to B party in plain text format. So I will not recommend telnet to use, if you are trying to set up something. 80 is a HTTP port, hypertext, uh, protocol, and we are using for the web, I would say, applications, so web browsing. So HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol, and 80 port. So from where we start, we will think about it. But right now, I will explain, uh, you know, how I will start, if I'm attacker. So as you see here, what we know initially when we start this lab, we know only IP address. And that's about the recurrence, So in recurrence, we try to gather the information from the social platforms, from the, from the friends, and from, whatnot, So in recurrence phase, we find some information. And right now, when we start this machine, we know only IP address. So that's a recurrence phase, finding information about the target first. But after getting that information, what we did is enumeration. So we start enumeration with the help of which command? Nmap command. Okay, I hope you understood, what is recurrence and what is enumeration. Telnet, I already explained you guys. So telnet is the protocol, uses 23 port number, and the communication between party A to B, which is client and server, in the plain text format. So whenever you are communicating from client to server, whatever you are communicating, even if you're logging, username and password in the plain text format. Okay. And if you want to capture that communication, you can snip the packets or capture the packets, and you can analyze. SSH over secure cell, which protocol secure protocol, and it that uses the encryption while communication from client to server. So communication in encrypted format. It's a secure protocol. HTTP, it's basically the handshake. So request, response, and TCP connections like that. The three-way handshake, right? So TCP, uses this underlying protocol. So HTTP connections, so client to server, and normally we are using for the web services. Let's see, what we got from this nmap request first. So this is done, okay. And what we got is, I will read about it. So first information I got is how many ports are open, which I already explained, 22, 23, 80. If I want to explore more, I will start with the 80 port because I need to understand if there are something, running on 80 port, some services are running on 80 port. Okay, that's the first thing I will do that. But apart from that, I will read this carefully to understand what else there. So you can see 22, okay, SSH, fine, 23, telnet, and there is one message I can see here, repetitive. Welcome to Python PAM telnet server. So if you read this message, it looks like there is a one PAM, which is the authentication server, and they're using telnet in background, and that's my understanding. So, but let's see. You can see multiple messages about PAM servers. You can see PAM, PAM, PAM. So many PAM messages. So I got to know something service running on the telnet, okay, which is related to the PAM. Apart from that, HTTP welcome to Nginx. So you can see here. So we do have. So as I mentioned, Nmap giving you information about port number, open 80, TCP. Okay, I mentioned already TCP using underlying TCP protocol. Then which web service you are running over here, the version of that service, and okay, see, get and head. So we got to know there is a web server. Okay, so service is running. So that's another thing on 80 port number. Then next. So let's try, whatever we know, I will try to do it to the further. So we did enumeration. That's the step number one. Now after enumeration, okay, after enumeration, I am going to do is directory brute forcing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use command, okay, dir search. So after that one, like why we need directory, brute forcing, because I want to understand whether we are getting some information about it. Okay, so dir search -u and the IP address. Let's enter. I'm doing all these commands from my Kali Linux box. So we already connected to the VPN, and we already, reachable to this 192.168.5.2, which is our LogTrace lab IP address. Okay, so please, remember what 5.2 is the LogTrace lab IP address. So I'm started searching. You can see the output file present under home Kali reports HTTP. So every message is important. So whenever you are, using any ready-made tools or any commands, try to read, message. Those messages might gives you some hints. Okay. So what I'm doing is after completion of this, I will open this file in readable format. Okay. So I will open this and I will check. So what else? Let's go to the presentation once again. So right now we are doing, after enumeration, we are doing directory brute forcing, directory enumeration. Okay. So we are using dir search command. If you don't have dir search command, so you have to install, but dir search, we use -u switch and the IP address of the LogTrace lab. It will perform web directory, enumeration, and it will show you if there are files, available on the target web server. So if we got some clue about the log file or something, that's we will get some clue and then we will look further. So, and I already analyze. So from these steps we will get some clue and then we will look further. Okay. And the first aim of our lab is identify the user flag. Okay, this is completed, and you can see already. I'm not directly reading, but you can see I am reading one more message that there is a log.html file. Okay, but let me read this message first. What inside this file? I will use cat command, and okay, the file contains the same one. So there is a one log.html file. So what I will do is I will try to download that file. So you can use wget command and log.html. Okay. So, or maybe before you download this one, I will prefer create a directory mkdir log trace demo. Okay. So whatever I will download the file, those files will be downloaded uh, under this directory, and I will log into this one log trace demo. You can see pwd. You can undo your under log trace, and then I will use wget and log.html. And why I did this one? Because I just want, whatever I'm downloading, those should be present in the home Kali Logstash demo lab. Okay. Then I will open the, so you can keep your all evidences under this directory. You can keep your notes and everything, so that's always good. And then I open this file. So again, I will repeat. So you can open this file using cat, or maybe you can use less command to read the file, step by step. So I will use less command now. I'm just reading, guys. So if I get something flag or something, clue, very simple HTML page displaying small log sample, starting log test service. User observer logged in, okay, but we don't know the password and everything. Download logstash.txt sample. I want to check if there is a logstash.txt file. Same, I will use wget command. And just I want to know, just there is a logstash.txt. So as you see, I just want to see because I don't know whether logstash file is there, but I tried and you can see there's no such file present. Okay, fine. Again, I will open that file, list log.html. So there is no such file, like logstash.txt. Okay. I don't know why they mentioned download log sample. It's a misleading little bit, but yeah, let's go further. Footer. Okay, no challenge text. Okay, want simple. Okay. And there is some file I can see here, logme.pcap. So let's try this file also because I got, this file is number one and this file. Let's try for this also, guys, because here we can try, forgot the name of the file. Again, I will open cat.html. Logme. Okay, logme dot. Okay. Okay, logme.pcapng. So I will try to download this, and there is a file, and we got down. So you can see now we have log.html, and from that log.html, we got one packet capture file. And that might be one hint and clue for us to get the user flag. So let's open that file. So what I will do is to open that pcap file, I will use my Kali Wireshark tool. Okay. If you have Kali Wireshark tool on your Windows, that would be great. But I do have in my Kali, so I will went to the Kali box. And as you know, we need to go to LogTrace demo, and we do have two files here, and I will use Wireshark, and we have to provide the file logme.pk. Okay, so this is the pcap file. So I hope you know how to read about the pcap files and everything. But if you don't know, normally, you have to understand the structure of the protocol. You have to understand how packet look like and everything. But here we will go through the protocols. What different protocols are there? You can see here there is a TCP other, but suspicious protocol for me is on where I will get more information. It's a telnet. Why? Because communication in the plain text format, and also we got hint in the nmap that there is some PAM running on the telnet. So because of that hint, I will try to filter on the telnet. So I will filter on telnet, and I will go step by step. You can see here username. Okay, perfect. So we got username, guys. dev_alex. So you see, this is my method. You can adapt your own methods, but you can see now we went through the packet by packet, and we got to know about there is one user called as a dev_alex. I'm writing somewhere here because we got the user flag, which is username, sorry, not the password, but dev_alex. So that's one thing. Okay, let's go further, guys. 1 minute. Next, and after the dev, I will go to next data password. Okay, and we got the password D3V4. So we got the password also, guys. Okay, can I copy this one? Yes, I will open in here in notes, text editor. We can see here we already pasted here. So D3V4 L3X. Okay, so this is the password. Okay, and user I will type here dev_alex. Okay, it might be our user flag. Okay, user initial access. So I would say, from directory brute forcing, we analyze the logs, and after analyzing the logs, we got, the initial access. I would say, So let's try this account, guys. Without wasting time, and you can search. You can read more data from this one, but I will stop. And I can see here something. There is a one env. Okay, so user. So what a user logged in. Okay, to the platform. Then he did ls. Then he ls env. Okay, I need to search what is env after that. Then he put ls la. That's show the list and the hidden attributes. Bash. Okay, let's see, guys. So I will close this Wireshark, and I will try to log in to this account using this username. So let me try here. So telnet, we got this one, and I will try it with SSH dev_alex and the IP address of the logtrace. So let's see, and I will copy the password, guys, because no need to type here. So I will copy the password. Okay, minimize, and I will enter here. Here you go. So that's username password is correct, and we are now, if you see, if I do who am I, we are dev underscore Alex. So we switch from, so we got initial access. Okay. So let me revise what we did, up to this point. So I will add one new slide here, just to recap. So if I recap this, what we did is we did enumeration. So really first step is recurrence. Okay. So that's recon, I would say recon. So in recon phase, what we know is IP address. After recon, we did the sub steps is a enumeration. So we did enumeration using the nmap, right? I hope you remember nmap. So after nmap, what we got is we got information about the ports, how many ports are open, what services are running, what kind of, versions of those services like that. After this, the recon phase, what we did is we got the port number 80 and we did that one directory, a traversal or not traversal, directory enumeration. So directory enum, or you can see directory brute forcing also, dir brute force. Okay, that's a, so when you did directory brute force, what you got is you got log file, log.html. And under that log.html, you found two more files, logstress.something txt and logme.pcap. And we try to download the both files, but one file is the misleading one. There is no such file, but we got the pcap file. And by using that pcap file, I will type here because to recap you, logme.pcap file. And when we open that file in Wireshark. So in Wireshark, basically what we did is we did the packet, you know, whatever packet is captured. So we tried to inspect the packet, So we try to read the packet data and everything. So we try to analyze, And when you started looking into the Wireshark, what we got hint is there are different protocols used like TCP, you know, telnet, and I focused on telnet because I read when I do the nmap, there is one a PAM server running on the telnet. So I tried to focus on telnet, and I got the user, uh, you know, the user information like username and password. I got it, and that's guys is our initial access because initial access means when we logged using that username and password. That's initial access, and initial access might be you will get the user flag also. That's a user flag. Okay, so these are the recap, what we did up until, if I miss something, please type in my video comments. If I missed something or where I need to improve, guys, okay, I'm ready to adapt, okay, based on your comments. So I will maybe here keep this as a bullet point because these are the main bullet points, guys. Here I did initial access we got. So we already got the access, and I will do ls. So we got env and user.txt. I can do ls-a. We got the hidden files also there, but I will open that user.txt file. So see, we got the user flag. I will copy this user flag. And if you remember, that's our the aim, first aim, mission, capture the user flag. So we got the user flag when you got the credentials for the user. So I copy that one and I will go to the website and I will submit that user flag, whether we captured correctly or not. User flag, submit. And you can see correct flag, keep going. So we identify user flag correctly. Now our goal is move from user flag to root flag. So let's see how we can do it, okay? I hope until this point you got the, I would say, the proper understanding how we navigate, step by step. So now we are at LogStrace dev underscore Alex. If when I do ls, I got to know there is env directory. So what I will do is simply, as a curiosity, I just enter in the directory and I will again do ls. I got some, there is a Python environment, and what I got is um user bin, okay, packages, Python, okay, Python 3 is there, okay, and there is a virtualized environment, run or owned by the dev underscore Alex, okay. Let me check, what this command does. Just, I don't know. I will copy this command. I will go to, and I will try to take help from maybe ChatGPT. I'm using my another screen. Maybe I will show you 1 minute. This. I'm trying to interact with the ChatGPT. That command creates the Python virtual environment. Okay. The Python interpreter install on the system. Tells Python run build module folder where virtual environment will be created. So basically there is a one virtual environment where some services are running, okay, and which is owned by the dev underscore Alex. Perfect. So that's, I would say, Python virtual environment. So let me, this, you can use ChatGPT or any other tools, to understand, uh, if you don't know anything about particular things, because even if it's difficult to understand each and every, I would say, file and structure. So what I will do is, so I got to know there is some running service running by using I can see again, I will show you by reading this one. I got to know there are some running services, using Python. So what I will do is I will try to check what kind of services are running. Okay, and how we can do that. You know the command ps ux. Okay, you can use top and everything, but I would say, again, you have to read about which commands are running, and so I will prefer, instead of top, just use the ps ux, and here I can grep on Python because I'm interested in Python now. And now you can see here, I will, if I read this Python virtual environment is owned by dev underscore Alex, but you can see it's running like a root. Okay. So if this a virtual environment owned by dev underscore Alex and, running by root. So let's see how, what is there. But only thing I got to know is about 1 minute. I will minimize this one to show you the full command. And I will type once again this command because this is cut command. Okay, so you can see this is important for me to understand what is there. opt server.py. Okay, uh, and also you can search for other services, but I moved to the Python because of I look like there is a Python virtual environment. Okay, but you can go for other services, guys. But from the hints, I got Python. Okay, and I will go and I will use less opt server.py. And you can see here simple telnets like server that authenticate via PAM and spawn a real log shell for authenticated. Oh man, so this is a PAM server and it's using, I think, telnet. And if it's telnet, then password stored in plain text format for sure. So now I'm interested what is written there. Okay, so see, I got the log file. So I'm not interested at all further reading the code and everything. What they mentioned, set to false to stop logging plaintext password. This might be the glitch. Why? Because they forgot to set the flag from true to false to stop logging. And now it's true. That indicate we captured some communication in this log file, which is var log server.log. Let's see, guys, what we are getting. So I will go So I will again repeat, if you're not understood. So I identify there is a telnet server running, so PAM service running on telnet, and then I got to know about the log file. And you can see here clearly indicate they forgot to switch flag from true to false. That means we are getting plain text passwords, usernames in this file. Okay, username is fine, but password also in plain text form. So I will open var log server.log. So let's var log server.log. Okay, you can see I'm going to read, line by line. Okay, username telnet, password telnet. Okay, failed telnet. Okay, so there's no telnet username like that. So root, I love you or whatnot. Okay, they mentioned a couple of things. They tried brute forcing, username root, password 1234567. Okay, then next failed error. Okay, I don't know. Oh, Carlos, okay, love you. Okay, they are trying, so many combinations. So weird combination. Superman, basketball, whatnot. Let's see. And I got some successful message here. For which account? Root. So see guys, we got the user root, which is basically we did privilege escalation from dev underscore Alex to root. But I don't know whether this password is working. So what I will do is I will copy this password. Come on. I will copy this password and I will exit. Come on. No. And I will try using, I want to switch the user. So switch to the root and we know the password. Now, who am I? So guys, we escalated our privileges. I will show you once again. So who am I? I am dev underscore Alex. I want to switch to the root. We need password and we capture the password from the var log server.log file. And I enter and you can say now who am I? I'm the root. So I escalated my privileges from dev underscore Alex to the root. So that's again, let's go to the recap. So what we did, we got user flag. And after getting user flag, what we did, after user flag, we, you know, traverse or directory information. We try to look into the directory information. After directory information, we try to understand the processes, and after process information, we use PS command, So and those are the steps, no, those are sub steps, but those are the part of, after getting initial access, we try to use the privilege escalation, and for that one, what we did is, we try to understand directory structure, what processes are running, and after understanding the processes are running, so we got to know there is a Python, running. So we use PSAUX. 1 minute. Mm, um, just recap what we did is PSAUX, and we did grape. And I just searched for the Python, and then I got to know there is one service running, virtualized environment running using Python, and there is a user dev for Alex, and we got to know about the file. So which file? I think OPT. I will exit again to understand that one. So which file we open? Uh, Not this one. OPT, yeah, this one. OPT server.py. And we went through that file and we got to know about the log file, and then we open log file, and then we got the log root username, and that's we did the privilege escalation. Okay guys, so let's again focus on the practical part. So I again want to switch to the root. I exited. I maybe so I will capture once again the and what I will do normally, so I will do the cat. We know the log file log server.log, and I will try to grep on root because no need to search further more. hmm Cat. Come on. Maybe I will use my same method. I don't know why cat is behaving like this, but less. And you can see here, cat is showing everything. So I'm just, um, grape on. I'm doing less now. And again, I will capture the password where we know already password is successful here. I'm capturing the password here. Then I will exit from this file and I will do su to root, and I will enter the password. And you can see, guys, I log into as a root to mi. And if I do ls, I got some file. So I will try to open that file and I got the root flag. I will copy this flag and I will try to check whether this flag is correct or wrong in the platform. Voila. So we have identify user flag and root flag correctly. That means this lab is perfectly solved. So I think after solving this lab, we have to stop the machine. That's a good practice always, whenever you finish, you can stop. You can download certificate. I will open this certificate, or maybe, we have got some. So basically, this is, we got the, pride movement, like, we got we solved basically LogTrace lab. You can share with your community that you solve this lab. So indirectly you are showing your skill sets to your community, as well as you are inspiring your other you know friends and colleagues to use Thundercipher platform. Okay, so this is great. This recognition, you look like this one, stage zero. So stage zero is like your my name, and yeah. Okay, so let's go to the then let's go to the PPT. So what left here? Okay, so identify the root flag. Okay, so this is the recap, I did, and recap might be, useful for you guys. So let's go for the summary. So what we learn, in this particular things. So let me do the slideshow. So we learn about how we are going, navigate, um, or how we can start the particular thing. So after knowing the IP address, we start with the nmap, then we got some log file, a pcap file. We use Wireshark to analyze that traffic, and then we did privilege escalation. And this is, recap, how we travels, from the recon phase to directory enforce, enumeration, Wireshark, then initial access. Wireshark is not the step, but I would say it's a crucial one because we got initial user information. That's why I highlighted. But after recon, directory enforcing, we switched to the initial access. And after initial access, we switched to basically, we did the privilege escalation to get the root flag. So what is the precaution? So precaution we have to use is precaution. We don't use we don't don't prefer unsecure protocol like telnet. So if you are deploying some PAM server or something, I would prefer use some secure protocol like SSH like that. Don't use telnet. And apart from that one, also we have to think about the OS hardening. How we can reduce the attack surface. How we can patch our operating system, how we can enforce the strong password policies, restriction user permissions, configure firewall security setting, whatnot. So these are some hardening steps. And beyond that one, if you want to detect those kind of malicious behavior because some disgruntled employee started this kind of services, we want to monitor. So I will prefer send all operating system logs to SIM solutions like ILK, Splunk, and you can monitor. And that's, I would say, monitoring one. So guys, if you want more videos about the labs, please do like, share, and subscribe. And also, you can see my channel Learn and Grow with Mahesh. So I'm trying to spare some time to provide my way of offensive security. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you like this video. If you like this one, please join the channel and please provide the comments. If you what you like, what you don't like, so I can improve next time. So I hope you like this video. Let's see in next video. I will maybe go with the another lab. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day ahead. Bye.